I guess when you have, the general vibe to the song, or what's the output gonna make you or someone else feel like, so you keep that in mind and then you just go on writing and it happens. So I put
Right.
uh, certain elements in all my music where, okay, it gets you thinking, it makes you uncomfortable in ways. Yeah, you can just be more yourself working or collaborating with women, I feel. We already got a bunch of people hating on us, so why put the extra effort of adding fuel to the fire situation? Please get creative with your hate, at least.
This is the Radio City Hip Hop 91. We are celebrating prominent rappers from across the country all week. And when I say prominent rappers, clearly, I'm sorry to say, but this time the men aren't included because I am celebrating women all this week. And I couldn't have asked for a better guest to kickstart this with. Join me in welcoming Siri Narayanan, aka Siri. Namaskara.
Woohoo! Namaskara.
I mean, I
Thank
am
you so
totally
much,
into this
Vidya.
Namaskara mode right now because I saw Siri recently, stand out amongst these amazing rappers, on the Netflix South, on the Netflix anthem for South India. And oh my God, she's totally slaying it so much that her favorite musician, Ricky Cage, also just gave her a shout out
I
on
know.
Instagram. First of all, how was that, Siri?
This project, first of all, everyone executed in such a short time, and so it was like so well put, even though it had like a really short timeline. So like hats off to everyone. And then being part of this, the lineup, I was too excited, like, NJ, Hanumankind, and Arivu. And I've been wanting to like meet Aribu too, so because I love his work. And then yeah, and the cherry on top was when Ricky Cage actually acknowledged this song and the lyrics that I'd written, and it was wow. It was a very wow moment. So
I'm glad you say that because, I just recently spoke to Ricky Cage for an interview and he did not think twice. He said that, one of the talents I'm looking forward to work with is Siri. I mean, how cool can that get?
I know, like I have no words. Like it's pretty cool, and if we do end up doing something together, it's definitely gonna be awesome. So yep, it's exciting.
Today, everybody knows you as, this really cool rapper who raps in multiple languages. But just like every other, well-to-do, prim and proper, good Khandani bacha from a South Indian household. You were also, being pushed to learn Carnatic music. I think you learned the Veena. You even did Kathak. So for someone who was actually growing up, in the traditional South Indian way as a really good girl, I mean, where did hip hop fall into the scheme of things? Of course, I mean, the popular story that's out there on the internet is that you heard a song with B.O.B. and Nicki Minaj. But
Yeah.
I mean, how impactful should that song have been to have really propelled you to this direction to pursue hip hop?
So, yeah, I mean, so my parents are pretty, like not all the way conservative South Indians, but like any other South Indian household, yes. So they were more like, do the classical bit and all that. And
Yeah.
initially, I wasn't exposed to different options. So whatever my mom put me into, I was like, huh, cool, okay, I'll learn. But eventually, when naturally my taste started picking up other elements from different parts of music and everything, my mom wasn't too happy about it, definitely. But then I've never really listened to my mom. So yeah, don't listen to your parents. Sometimes they're not, most of the times they're not right. Sometimes they're just like they want you to do what they want, they couldn't do rather. So it's like it's a very Indian parent, part of the Indian parenting thing. But anyway, so that happened, and then yeah, hip hop just happened like out of the blue. Like I did not like, if somebody told me, okay, you're gonna end up becoming a rapper in a few years, I'll be like, what? Like, stop kidding me, like. So I heard this track called Out of My Mind. It's a very fast paced, it's a very like fun, and yeah, I guess more for most part of my life, even now I do enjoy, like fast paced pop influenced upbeat music. So this really hit the spot at that time because I was going through, like teenagey college stuff, just your usual stress, and this kind of was cathartic to learn this. And yeah, I just quickly got the lyrics. I started rapping that in front of a mirror, and then next thing I know, I'm performing this at my college. So I think it was a fresh, no, yeah, it was some, I don't remember, I think it was like some talent show or something held at college or something. So I performed that there, and everyone were like, what, like, where did this even come from, and how are you so good, like, and why don't we know about this, like. So that's when I was like, okay, wait, so if people can really, vibe with this rap that somebody else has written and I've rapped, so how about if I write my own lyrics? And that's when it started.
And I believe before you decided to take this direction, you were in college studying fashion designing.
Yes. To be
So,
specific, it was knitwear design.
okay.
Yeah.
So I think maybe your taste has rubbed on to, the tremendous fashion sense that you also carry in these really well stylized and really cool music videos, that that accompany with your music. So how much of an input, if I may ask, how much of an input also goes in the conceptualization and, the execution of these music videos from your end?
Like everything. Like, since I don't have a team as such right now, although
Yeah.
like, I guess my last music video was the first one where I actually had another person, help me out with the edit and everything, because it was just me for most of it, and it was getting really boring. So, but yeah, like, so um, when I hear a track, when I'm writing the lyrics, I also kind of visualize um, like just the vibe of it, like how I'm gonna look when I rap it, or the whole visual aspect of it also. So, and yeah, I do take my own time with things, so I write the lyrics, the song is ready, and then I sit like, okay, how do I want the video to be? And the like the inspiration for my last music video came, like, usually I get all these ideas when I'm riding my two-wheeler somehow. It's very like
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like I find it very therapeutic, like just to take my two-wheeler out for a ride, and then it's like it's so nice. It's like a chair with wheels, so I'm just sitting and riding. It's fun. So that's when I just think of some ideas, and that's when I thought, okay, how about we do some sci-fi related theme for this? And
Right.
yeah, so I come up with ideas, and then I write script, and then I have a DOP with whom I share the script with. He decides the lighting and everything, and I tell him the angle also, like how we're gonna shoot, what kind of shot, like where do I want this to be zoomed in, or like the base, like just the direction part. Yeah, and
Right.
after that, post production happens, and yeah, that's the short version of all of this, just to give you a gist. So
So, if I may ask, how would you explain your songwriting process? Because you, of course, people know you that you perform in Kannada primarily, but you also perform in English, in Hindi, and in Telugu also. So, how do you discover the rhythm? How do you reach that beat where every word sits? While writing songs in multiple languages.
Hmm. Uh, I don't know how to explain this, but it's like it kind of comes to me naturally, I guess, where so I listen to the beat, and if I'm writing it in English, I have to I guess when you have the general vibe to the song, or what's the output gonna make you or someone else feel like, so you keep that in mind and then you just go on writing and it happens. So I guess that's what it is. But then yeah, I do like um sometimes if there are like words that I could match with Kannada and Hindi. um uh yeah, so it's, I guess, there's one unreleased track where I've rhymed a Hindi word with Kannada, and it's like just like yeah, like back and forth with the language, but then it's like it feels seamless. So yeah, I guess it's just choosing the right words to put it in these spaces.
Siri, coming to something serious actually. So, recently my friend and I, we were talking about the hip hop scene in general, and we were talking about the common themes that are, explored in the compositions of different rappers. So, when it comes to the male rappers, of course, they started with their story, with their beginnings now, but we now see some of these established rappers now going the same route, talking about cars and girls and booze. That's pretty much the narrative in their compositions. With women, as much as it was disturbing of my friend to have made that observation, but I couldn't help but actually relate to what he was saying, where he said that why with the select women rappers that we have, the common theme that's explored in their compositions is okay, this is my story, this is my struggle. And I really defended that narrative, saying that, but hey, it is because rap is a form of expression. And if that gives them the freedom and the leeway to actually voice what they think and what they feel, so what's wrong in that? My friend was trying to imply that, that this whole victim narrative that, female rappers, thrive on selling it all the time through their compositions. I'm sure you disagree with that, but I mean, would you
Yeah.
want to counter this?
Yeah, I think it's just privilege talking of this friend of yours, you know it's just as simple as that. Like I honestly wouldn't even like now if somebody comes up with that, I'd probably ignore. I wouldn't even entertain that, because it's so like you hear it from so many people, especially cis men, and it's boring. Like now I don't even get pissed off, it's just boring. It's like like, please get creative with your hate at least. It's like, because you have privileges, so you don't understand where this comes from. So I feel sad for you. That's what I can say to them.
I just want to, quietly slip in a big burn there, right there, in the middle of this conversation. But
Absolutely,
that was
yeah.
such a burn off. That was such a burn moment right now, Siri. Hats off to you. The last time I connected with you for my jam, there was something very interesting that you had said, that we as rappers, we should perform songs, we should sell narratives in a way that start a dialogue, that start a conversation. Would you want to elaborate on that for our viewers?
Yeah, so I guess like my approach towards this statement, I do it in, I don't know, I want to say some subtle ways and also very in your face kind of a way. I guess to start with, I can, with Live It, this song that I put out a few years back, I had like an all women, girl gang being on screen. So, which you don't see too often. So just this small visual aspect, which isn't like which is presented okay, it's like, okay, wait, so there's a hip hop song without any boys in the screen. And okay, so this is interesting, just like showing female friendship and like championing that. And as songs, I started creating, I wanted to experiment also, with different kind of approaches. So what was the base question again? Sorry, I got lost.
So my question was that you last said in our previous interaction that the rap, or the whatever we do, the compositions that we sell, it should
Right,
start dialogues. It should initiate dialogue.
right.
And in fact,
So,
and I think it's a very valid point that you made, Siri, because a lot of compositions try to sell a lifestyle. They don't what to say, propel talks around
yeah,
relevant issues.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess I try to do that with every song where, because another thing is, my rap persona is very different from the person I am. So
Yeah.
usually when people see my music video and they all like, expect me to be like very like pissed off, and or like, they like expect me to be a certain way. And I'm just like, this is me. Like, this is all of me. So I guess for me, like the making a music video or rap is like a portal to just be different versions of myself, which I probably can't easily be in my day-to-day life. So it's also like me exploring those aspects at the same time. Yeah, it's like challenging what we've been taught or what we've learned from the society, So I put
Right.
certain elements in all my music where, okay, it gets you thinking, it makes you uncomfortable in ways. So yeah, that's
Siri, you've collaborated with people, of course. I mean, like you rightly said in the previous interaction with me, that these gender binaries shouldn't exist, because you've collaborated with some fabulous male rappers, like you did with Araibu and with Hanuman Kind and with NJ on the Netflix Anthem. Like you've collaborated with Says on the Beat, but you've also delivered a smash hit with Ubas Nach, which was TVS Anthem with Vaibhav Bandhu, and with some amazing women, with Kavya, with DMC.
yeah,
I want to ask, like, of course, these gender boundaries shouldn't exist as long as you're collaborating with people who are on the same energy levels as you,
yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely. That is, yeah, as long as like you're just vibing with the person and they're not biased and everything, that's all it takes, just basic human like just basic human qualities to have, just be kind and have a like open mind to things. So I guess that's all it takes. But definitely, but thanks to how our society functions and everything, it's definitely way more easier. And I don't know, there's like a lot of what can I say, like, yeah, you can just be more yourself working or collaborating with women, I feel, or it's like I don't have to put up some kind of a facade, I don't know, like, so it definitely feels more natural to be working with women.
I'm glad you said that, because I was coming to my next question, and let me tell you, I'm going to keep this one question constant in my other interviews also throughout the week.
Hmm.
The last, I mean, one of the last questions that I would like to ask you is, yes, Siri, please tell me, why aren't there no diss tracks among the women?
um um I guess that's because I mean, we understand that, we already got a bunch of people hating on us, so why put the extra effort of adding fuel to the fire situation? But then I wouldn't
Right.
completely say that, like women have been all nice. And, because women are also part of the patriarchal system. And I myself have had like random women hate on me for, and even like have, just like, yeah, just give random hate basically. But yeah, but that's just, your regular internet hate, I guess. So, but yeah, there hasn't been like any major diss track as such because of this, like I guess we're all women are smart, so we know like why should we like, I don't know, attack each other unnecessarily. So it's a waste of our time while we have other battles to, fight. It's exhausting, so we choose our fights, I guess. So
Before we conclude, Siri, I just want to ask you, what is the status of Beda Beda? Because I think the crowd has been waiting for you to put it out, and I
yeah.
think it's been a year since you told me that, hey, yes, I'm planning. I'm in the phase of putting it out. I have things lined up for the lockdown, but then we've been
More
waiting,
than a
girl.
year in fact. Yeah, the thing is, supposed to shoot it just when the second wave started, and obviously that happened.
Oh,
And right now, I am in the process of just, getting my head in the right place, and working on myself, doing like things which will help me be a wholesome human being. So but yeah, I am so I have been working on other projects too, and kind of waiting on getting the video done for this. So hopefully by I guess end of the year it should be ready. Yeah, that's my plan.
well, certainly we can't wait, Siri. All the best. And I'm really happy that we had this chat. And
Absolutely.
hopefully, whenever I'm in Bangalore, hopefully, whenever you're down in Mumbai, I cannot wait to see you in person. All the best.
Same. And I want to tell you that, like I've done this with so many people, but then it just feels so much more authentic and just feel good doing it with you. And
Oh my God.
honestly, like,
Thank you so
I have kind of like lately I've been like, okay, I'm not gonna do any interviews or whatever because I'm not in the zone. But then with you, I don't have it, like I said, it feels more natural, so it doesn't feel like, okay, I have to work or like, and even the questions you ask are very like, it's so nice and so like, it's it feels good, it doesn't feel like your typical I don't know, questions they throw at you just because you're a female rapper, so I don't know, you're awesome. That's all I want to say, I guess.
Thank you so much. You just made my day. And yeah, I think you probably, I think I'm going to beam now for the rest of the day now. But thank you so much, Siri. And
Likewise.
I cannot wait for all the wonderful music you're going to bring our way. And hopefully I just hope I get to see you soon, man. And maybe
Yes,
we can
yes,
dance to number stories.
absolutely, absolutely. I'd love to meet you sometime soon, so yep.
Radio